Hi everyone, my name is Aziz. I'm 44 years old and I have a condition called muscular dystrophy. That is a degenerative illness which degenerates all your muscles and your distal muscles. And currently I'm wheelchair bound and life is as life is. There are many things that I actually like to do. I'm a more of a computer nerd and I like playing games for a lot of time. So with my time, I watch movies and I spend a lot of time on research on comparative religion. I'm into theology and also philosophy. I'm a family man, father of two. Basically, a lot of time goes into the children. I'm more of a helicopter parent, so I really like to keep my pulse on whatever things that's going on in the school. Maybe due to my health or maybe due to my situation, I'm more of a control freak now more than ever. And I also like to cook every day, try to look up videos in YouTube and try it out at home. So that's how I keep myself engaged. That's me. Wow, how did the condition impact my life? Well, my life got turned upside down, like the Fresh Prince of Bel Air. Have you ever heard that song before? Yeah, like that, I was quite okay. I finished my poly. Even before I finished my poly, Singapore Poly hired me to be a teaching assistant. And I actually represented ASEAN to go for digital archiving. And then I went into the army. And when I came out of the army, the next day I went for an interview and immediately I got a job. At that time, I was actually planning that, okay, my life is set. But that is when I got diagnosed with muscular dystrophy. For me, I had a long-term relationship at then, that person also couldn't take it. She left. My mother passed on. And then somebody who I thought as a teacher who actually started teaching me also passed away. It affected because you're not able to go to work and suddenly you start re-evaluating what is life. At one point, I got angry with myself, thinking that is surviving day to day life, is this life? Whatever your emotions that you're going to feel, it is just your reaction to a given situation. So when you keep your reaction stable, you get a clearer state of mind and you'll be able to approach things with logic. And when you approach things with logic, everything will fall in its place. So, as I tell my daughters always, logic is the only thing that wins the day. When I was in Kerala, we have a fever for 14 days. So, it made me terrible. I was puking everywhere in one of the most unsanitary place. Even at that point, I said, you know, this is not going to be the end of me. I'm going to get out of this. I'm not ready to give up. And even when I had my seizure in 2002, I didn't want to give up. There was an incident where I was still walking. I was all alone at home. I was going to the toilet. I had a fall. I couldn't get up. I had to crawl from my kitchen to the hall. Nobody was at home. My dad wasn't at home. I wasn't married. So I crawled literally from the kitchen all the way to the hall in pain and then forced myself up to the sofa myself and just sat there with a throbbing pain. I can't get to the phone. Wait for my father to come back. Then when my father came back, then he said, do you want me to call the ambulance? I said, no, you know what? Just give me an umbrella. I'll limp myself. So I limped myself somehow down, took a taxi, went to the hospital, and I found out that I had a right leg metatarsal fracture. Leg was swollen, and the doctor was asking, crazy or what? You could have called an ambulance. I said, you know what? It's part of the experience. I build resilience block after block, incident after incident. There is two words that my NS sergeant always says, soldier on. Recruit, don't give up, soldier on. Whatever the situation that we have, whatever that we are facing, you can't change it. It is as it is. You will be put into positions where you cannot change the situation. So the only thing that you can change is how you react to those situations. So react to those calmly and just soldier on. Do not ever give up because giving up is not a solution. People around you, live for them. Just take it easy, soldier on, fight, do not let go, and do not ever, ever, ever give up. I'm always on this principle that we must always do good unto others. And the most basic thing that any human can do for another person is to pray for them. And praying for them is I wish. That means you say, may good be upon you. May there be an abundance in sustenance upon you. May peace be upon you. When I wish you enough, enough is enough of all the good things knowledge, wisdom, guidance, health, wealth, prosperity, happiness. That is what I wish upon everyone. And every person that I meet and every person that I speak to, always wish the best upon others. The best, absolute best. Okay, even though it's not happening for you, even though you're in the shittest situation, you can't just get out. Just say, I wish you well.